Manila. The extravagant red carpet welcome he received from President Xi Jinping in China, President Trump said, was one like no other American president had ever gotten. America's relationship with President Rodrigo Duterte of the Philippines, accused of a bloody campaign of extrajudicial killings in his nation's drug war, was now better than ever, he proclaimed. After a meeting with President Vladimir V. Putin of Russia, he said the two were developing a very good feeling for each other despite what he later called efforts of haters and fools to drive them apart. Like most things that Mr. Trump undertakes, the president treated the grueling 12-day trip through Asia that he wrapped up here on Tuesday as a test of his own personal charisma and stamina, a marathon charm offensive that he vowed would yield quick results. Never mind that it is not at all clear what he actually achieved. Mr. Trump left China, a country he once lamented was raping the United States in trade, without any concrete agreements on opening Chinese markets. His unilateral "America First" message fell flat in Vietnam, where other nations moved forward on a Pacific trade deal that won't include the United States. His go-it-alone approach may also undermine Mr. Trump's own efforts, laid out in a forceful speech in Seoul, South Korea, to unite the world against the nuclear threat from North Korea. Still, the president, citing the lavish receptions he received at every stop, treated friendly photo opportunities as goals in and of themselves. "It's been very epic," Mr. Trump said. "There's nobody that I can think of that I don't have a very good relationship with." In Beijing, Mr. Xi treated his American counterpart to what Mr. Trump called a state plus visit, complete with a sunset tour of the Forbidden City and a grand welcome ceremony in front of the Great Hall of the People. Mr. Trump scarcely mentioned concerns about China's poor record on human rights and democracy, nor did he insist that journalists be able to ask questions of the two leaders when they faced the press. In Tokyo, Mr. Trump played golf with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who gave him gilded baseball hats that said "Donald and Shinzo make alliance even greater." They fed koi together at the Akasaka Palace in Tokyo, an episode that sparked a social media craze after video circulated of Mr. Abe tossing the last of his food at the fish and Mr. Trump, in turn, dumping his. Through it all, Mr. Trump appeared to be making an effort to be a good sport. He joined other leaders in donning the matching, culturally appropriate shirts that are slightly silly staples of Asian symmetry, an electric blue silk one at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation meeting in Da Nang, Vietnam, and a white sheer embroidered one in Manila at the gathering of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. In Manila, he grimaced while jostling with Southeast Asian leaders for an awkward cross-armed handshake that was captured in a group photograph. Asked about the single biggest accomplishment of his trip, Mr. Trump told reporters on Air Force One on his way home, "I think we made a lot of progress, just in terms of relationship."